Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mentors. Good to see you. Hello to everyone watching later. Andrea intended to be here tonight, but she's under the weather, so I'm happy to be a sub. Ooh, more than a sub. More than a sub. All right, we're gonna get this party started. Go over to Andrea's beautiful crafted presentation. This is week 6 of Mentors program 2023. We'll start with our land acknowledgement. Today we honor the traditional homelands of the Council of the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Odawa nations, as well as the traditional homelands of the Kickapoo, Peoria, Kaskaskia, and Mia Mia, the original peoples of Chicago, Illinois. Till this day, Chicago is one of the largest urban indigenous communities in the U.S. We celebrate the natural beauty, culture, community, and connection with Mother Earth that our indigenous siblings have preserved over the centuries. Thank you, Jamie, for that beautiful creation. And we welcome updates as you see fit. Thank you. We're going to move forward with heart meditation. We all have those moments throughout our day where the mind starts spinning out and we start getting worked up, as my friend says. And what I'm learning right now is the goal of quiet the mind, open the heart, quiet the mind, open the heart. How do we quiet the mind? We meditate. One of the simplest things is focusing on our breathing. In, out, in, out. Or you can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get to 10 and then start again. Even simpler thing, I mean, all of the above, right? Heart high five. Giving yourself a heart high five, saying something like, all is well, I am safe, or whatever you need in that moment. It's usually about safety when we're getting worked up. Or little circles. Or if you don't want to be a weirdo on the train, just bring your attention to your heart area. And even that's enough to start activating that area. Quiet the mind, open the heart. So let's do that right now. You can close your eyes if you want to, you don't have to. Whatever's going to help you focus on your breathing. Heart high five, or bring your attention to your heart area, or little circles. Quiet the mind, open the heart. When the mind starts drifting off, you are not bad at meditation. You are doing meditation. And gently remind yourself to come back. Bring your attention back to your heart area. For they that keep the sun in their hearts, all evil shall vanish from life. Keep your attention on your heart area. Bring it back 100 times if you need to. That's part of the meditation too. Keep breathing. Quiet the mind, open the heart. How do you open the heart? Give attention to it. Whatever you give attention to grows. Energy flows where attention goes. What you pay attention to will enlarge. Mother Teresa wouldn't go to the anti-war rally, but she signed up to go to the peace rally. Focus on your heart. Start with what you can love. What is easy to love? Trees, nature, kitty cats, dogs. We'll work our way up to humans. Just give a little bit more love. A little bit more. We can love ourselves unconditionally. The catch is we have to extend the same unconditional love, unconditional positive regard to every other human being. But we start small. Start with the people close to you. Quiet the mind, open the heart. Quiet the mind, open the heart. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch out your arms and legs, stretch in any way that feels good. And when you're ready, open your eyes again. Let me know how you're feeling in the chat, in WhatsApp. Send me a Telegram mentally. Ooh, very good, very good. Got that one, got that one. Quiet the mind, open the heart. Come back to it. We're always beginning. We start now. No mistake. This week, through the lens of right action, we're inviting you to practice the value of collaboration. I heard something really interesting. We're not trying to own the values. Our concern is to practice the values. When we try to own the values, that can be spiritual materialism. We're just practicing the values. Thought of the week, together we can do so much. I intended 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, in the first mentors program, that I was the teacher and I was teaching everybody. Little did I know, now I understand way back, then we were co-creating the mentorship program together. Put a hand up if you were in the first wave of mentors. We were co-creating, and towards the end of year one, I realized that, oh, we're all building this together. This isn't my show. And we're still doing that. And everyone I've talked to says that this is an amazing group of people. So thank you for co-creating that collaboratively, this space that we get to learn and share and connect with together. Our agenda today, we just discussed the value of the week, as we will do every week. Book review of chapter 4. It's a doozy. Have some questions and housekeeping at the end. And if anyone's having issues with logging into Mighty Networks, or you're getting in there but you're not seeing any videos, please stick around, and so we'll get you hooked up. I am super excited to hear your value of the week that you created. This is really when the program starts to shine, is when we're hearing your creations. And I'm just excited to hear them. So I'm gonna invite people to share them. I can look them up and screen share. And we'll ask you to share what were you thinking about when you created this, and take it from there. And if anyone has questions, we'll play like that. How's that sound? Great. Who do I have who is excited to share their value of the week? You can raise your hand at this point if you are ready to share. I'm also putting the link in the chat. trying really hard to put the link in the chat. Everyone. And if you didn't get a chance to do it, you can do it now. Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
there we go.
Zoom doesn't let you. Oh, there you go. Never mind. Sorry.
I was, you know what I did? I was somehow writing to the waiting room. So I just had to adjust that, but there it goes. So if you didn't get a chance, there's a link. Please do it now. And let's see who is ready to share theirs.
Are you able to pull it up, Javi?
Absolutely.
I can share if you pull it up because I can't. Oh, but Tracy's hand. Tracy can go first.
I'll go second. Yeah, I don't mind going second.
Okay. I'm definitely that person that it's hard to sit in silence for too long when I'm a participant because I feel for the facilitator.
Oh, I was enjoying that delicious silence. I was like, ooh, silence.
So I can start talking about what I was thinking. It started with a little bit of a two-part story. Last week when we were looking at the slides, that one slide, and the first value that really popped out at me was anti-racism, and I got really excited about that. And then I had a discussion behind the scenes back with Victoria about how this could fit under any of the values, not just right action. And then this week in particular, well, the last couple of weeks, abolitionism has really been on my mind a lot, and how I can start looking at weaving that more into my daily life, like I'm currently working into my D&D life. And Javi just so happened to reach out and said, "Hey, Jamie, want to ask you something." And he proposes abolitionism. I was like, Javi, there is something cosmic going on here, because it's like, this is what I was called to do. I've seen, here's my sign, kind of a thing. So it was under right action. We'll be switching it to abolitionism. I just don't remember. Everyone deserves compassion and respect. I went back and forth of what the thought of the week would be. That's what I'd settled on.
Thank you, Jamie. Does anyone have any questions or feedback?
Wait, can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Yes, so right action, abolitionism, everyone deserves compassion and respect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie. Who would like to share next?
Me.
If we want to, let's use the hands up feature just to kind of like have a queue going. That would be helpful to get us going along. So if you do want to share, there is a reactions, and there's a raise hand button underneath that. That'll put you right up to the top. So easy to see. All right. Tracy. All right.
So I wrote this like just as we were assigned it last week. Let me find it. Okay, so my value is peace. The sub value is non-attachment. I was also realizing that this could kind of go under cheerfulness, but it says, I am more than my emotions and experiences.
Thank you, Tracy. And what were you thinking about when you were creating this practice guide?
So what I was thinking about when I came up with this was, honestly, like since we really started getting into the book, and in general, something that I've noticed for myself that can be a problem is definitely like taking my own feelings too personally sometimes, or like letting them almost like control my day. So if something bad happens in the day, then it just takes over. And I was realizing just how much that's like hurtful for me, and that it doesn't help me to, be so overly attached to how I'm feeling about something, or so attached to like, just like what's happening around me. Like I have to understand that there's more to me and to my life than that.
Wow. I'm blown away. Tracy, thank you so much for sharing that. That's straight up divine truth right there. Thank you for sharing, yeah, your experience, and that's how deep it goes. I'm not even going to take my own thoughts and feelings personally. Even that, yeah, I don't even want to say more because I think he's nailed it. Who would like to share next? Miran.
Hello, everyone. So for the values assignment, I guess if you want to call it that, the two values I picked were peace and reflection. And the thought that came to mind was look inside, grow outside. Um, the kind of jingle came to me after a relatively busy weekend, and I found myself getting a little frustrated with how there was very little time to process like uh, having performances with my students, and how that all went, how I helped in that situation, if I was the most helpful in that instance, or if I could have done more. And uh, it's more of like an affirmation to uh, sort of reaffirm that I have trust that I can grow. But first, what needs to happen is to look inside. So I hope that helps.
Thank you, Miran. Who's sharing next? Thank you, Teal.
I was trying to I feel like I kind of did the assignment backwards. Like I had a thought and I was like, what values does this thought fall into?
That's right on. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that there's not a right or wrong, but I was just thinking, like, oh, I'm kind of approaching it from that direction. But the thought was, what am I afraid of? Can I invite that fear in for tea? And just thinking that like almost always when somebody's doing something violent, like with their words or actions, there's something they're afraid of or that we are afraid of. And so if we can reflect, take time to have some reflection about what our fear is actually like underneath everything, then it can save us from needing to resort to violence in our words and our feelings about ourselves or others. Or so that's the thought is, can I like reflect on what I'm actually afraid of and invite that fear in for tea and become like be kind to it, to that fear, and actually reflect on it instead of just like burying it or thinking I'm so bad for this or whatever, but just reflection.
Thank you so much, Teal. To not be afraid of the fear in other ways. And thank you for connecting it to violence. Like, I feel like that's a really important connection to make. And then the different levels of violence, like even towards ourselves and towards the way we speak. Some people may not even consider that violence. So thanks for adding that. Who'd like to share next?
I can go.
Thank you, Becca.
I just wrote it and I just forgot what I put. So my universal value was peace, and the sub value was self-safety. And then the thought of the week for me is I'm safe inside my mind and my body. I had a very busy weekend this weekend, and I had a period of time where I did not feel safe inside my mind and my body. So I just want to like reassure myself, because that's really what I need to hear this week. So yeah.
Becca, you're giving yourself what you need to hear. You're prescribing a value for yourself and a mantra, essentially, right? A mantra, there's lots of guidelines with a mantra, and I'm calling it a mantra, but we would call it a thought of the week if we were speaking to whoever outside of this community. But it's short, and so that you can repeat it, so that you can feel it. This work is about embodying values, so there's something about being able to feel it as you say it. So sometimes we write a thought of the week or a mantra, and it's like, ooh, Becca and I have done a lot of this work together. But you write once you write it, you're like, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, you feel it, you're inspired by it. With all of this, the number one criteria, does it inspire you? Do you feel it in your body? Is it giving you what you want to feel? Because there's so much time of us not being able to control how we feel. And this is a way to start making decisions about, how do I want to feel? What do I need? So I love the way Becca put it. It's like, this is just what I needed to hear right now. Beautiful. We've got time for one more. Who's ready to share?
I'll go. So one that I've sort of been practicing and just kind of is the right action perseverance. So one of the things that I've sort of been working on is just sort of getting comfortable doing things that are uncomfortable sometimes, because I'm just sort of lazy, and sometimes I'm reluctant to do things that sometimes I'm new at, or maybe I don't think I'm the best at. And I realize that sometimes just to make progress, I just have to do things, and I might not do it perfectly the first time, but next time it'll get better and better and better. And so yeah, that's something that I've been sort of trying to do, and it's really helped. Sometimes it could be really minor things that such as like, I don't want to take out the garbage, wash the dishes, but I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Or a bigger task, something maybe at work, a new type of case that I haven't done before, and I'm just going to ahead and just get it done. So it's just, yeah, stepping outside my comfort zone and just trying to just be a better version of myself, just trying to learn new things and just get better as I go.
I love that. Andres, could you do us a favor? We're getting like mostly the top half of your head. Is there a way to move? Yes. Even a little bit lower. Thank you. Did you have a thought of the week? Did you have a thought or a little mantra attached to perseverance and right action, was it?
Yeah, so this is not something that I've coined myself, but something that's really helped. It's the obstacle is the way. And that's something that I tell myself whenever, I don't want to do something like this is a huge task, but it's just like, you know what, it's going to be hard, but next time I'll get better at it, so just take it head on.
Did I get that right? The obstacle is the way.
That's correct.
I want to get that one down So if someone can please repaste the link from earlier, we want to make sure we get that one down. And whoever hasn't gotten a chance to, please go ahead and, did I say this was the coolest part, is hearing y'all creations? Andres, that's an awesome creation. And yeah, it doesn't have to be that you created it necessarily. I will say it's very beautiful when it comes from you. But if it, as long as it's like short enough to repeat and to have that feeling, because when you said that, you said the obstacle is the way. Woo! I was like, woo! I felt that. This is the way. So let's get that one down. Thank you everybody for sharing. That's awesome. We're gonna do that again, because that is essential to the work. And I love that you're giving yourself what you need. And what I've discovered doing this for 7 years in the classroom, I just have always done, this is what I need. And it turns out so many times students was like, I really needed patience this week. I really needed this week. It just, I mean, that's the magic. I think it's just because we're all connected in a way, isn't it? That's a different way of looking at things. Who knows what the truth is? We're here. We know what goodness is. We're going to jump back in. Let's get to our review of the latest chapter of Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. Man, this book had a profound impact on me. We're going to chat in breakout groups. So we're gonna let's do like 15 to 20 minutes. Maybe I'll split the difference and do 20 minutes. So breakout groups, sharing what was your biggest takeaway from the chapter that you read.